Today we're going to be going over a few super popular hype beast fragrances that I think are 100% worth picking up. I think they're worth trying like right now. There are a couple of these that you can definitely put off for a while. You know, there's going to be a few of these that are going to be more fall and winter leaning, so you've got some time to figure those out. But the bulk majority of this video is focused around warmer weather summer scents, and I would say get these before it's a bit too late. It gets to a point where sometimes you just can't escape these. Everywhere you look, you see them. They're on the front page of the best-selling lists of all the discounters and retailers, so you can't miss them there. Everybody's talking about them. Even your friends are talking about them. You might as well check them out, pick them up. Chances are you're gonna like them. This first one is the good old Rabanne Invictus Aqua 2024 release. So I understand that now they've released it yet again in the more angular bottle with the similar frosted glass configuration, but just in the looks of like an Invictus Parfum type bottle, the angular look. I don't have that one yet. Here's to hoping that it smells the same as Aqua 24, which basically smells the same as Aqua 2016. So yes, Invictus Aqua 2024 is basically bringing back Invictus Aqua 2016. The 2018 was a little bit of a variation, and they kept that one for some time before eventually discontinuing it as well. And now they're kind of going back to the roots yet again. To me, this is one of the best aquatic summer fragrances that you can buy. It's just as simple as that. When it comes down to the performance, the compliment factor, and just the versatility that you get out of this one for summertime, it's pretty much unbeatable for me. Now, this next one was popular pretty much from the moment it came out. It's a new release, or relatively new, and it was just pretty much instant. As soon as anybody could get their hands on it, selling out left and right. Now, fortunately, things have stabilized and now you can get it easily and for a good price, but it's Lebo Paradise Garden. I mean, you know, the bottle alone sells it for a lot of people, myself included. That emerald green coloration is beautiful. I mean, really, really cool looking presentation here. Now, this does have some of the existing Lebo DNA, so some of that kind of semi-sweetness going on, that tropical smell. However, and this is kind of something that makes sense here, it does have more of a green approach, a green, minty, aromatic, and slightly more fresh approach. And that's what I like so much about this. Still lots of coconut and all that stuff, but I find it to be at least a little bit more summer appropriate. You might say that this is maybe better for spring, and you know, I can't really argue with that so much. I think that it definitely works for spring or summer, probably even into early fall if you wanted as well with that sweetness. You could use it for a lot of things. Another one that has amazing performance. It's strong, lasts you all day long, really good projection as well. And yeah, kind of similar to Invictus Aqua. It's got a little bit more of a younger smell to it, so they're not going to be everybody's favorite, but if you just do want something that's kind of trendy, something that just works really well and is, for all things considered, a pretty decent price of around $100 or so right now, you know, it's something I would definitely check out. Things aren't getting any cheaper, and at this point, if you could score something that's really good for $100, I mean, I would say you're doing pretty well. Did you also know that you could get this right now, if you act quick, in the Navy, Le Mans in the Navy? Hit the link down below. Found this one, so I sent out an email to my mailing list and let all of them know. A lot of you guys are probably on there as well, so you got in first. They raised the price a couple times. I apologize, I can't do anything about that. It started out at $89 and they've raised it up a bit after I sent out that email. That sucks, but still, it's a really cool 2018 collector's piece that you just can't really get anywhere else unless you want to take the chance of spending $200 on eBay and potentially getting scammed / a fake. This next one is Kilian Angel Share. So like I said in the beginning of the video, there's a few that you could probably wait on, I guess. But I know that if you're anything like me, I don't really like to wait. So if something caught my eye, even if it's kind of out of season right now, then I would still probably go ahead and get it anyway. And maybe some of you would feel that way with Angel Share. A lot of you probably already have it. If you don't have this, maybe you have one of the many clones. That's a great way to go as well. Because yeah, there are quite a few clones at this point. So you could save some money there. Basically, we're just looking at the DNA or the smell, Angel Share. And no matter how you acquire it, is going to be up to you, and that's perfectly fine, and that kind of slots into the video as well. But it did start, obviously, with Angel Share, the original here, so that's kind of why I'm featuring it. It's a fantastic gourmand, praline, vanilla, kind of chestnut caramelized smelling scent. It is insanely sweet, so keep that in mind. This one it's next level sweetness here. You know, I mean, back when Ultra Male by Jean-Paul Gaultier was pretty popular, this is, I mean, it's close to that level of sweetness, just without the fruitiness, I guess. So definitely fall and winter leaning. This is not something I would be picking up in summertime. It would be it would get old real fast, especially with the humidity and stuff. You would hate that you applied this one in the summer, especially if you went outside. But I really like it, and it got popular, really popular. And so I think I see why. I understand it. You know, it has that kind of modernized, sweet, mass appealing, compliment getting DNA. And yet again, kind of like the trend here, another great performer. This next one is Mont Blanc Explorer. So this one is coming in at a 100 ml bottle for around, let's say, $50. Right now, I think you can get a tester for $42, and I'm unsure of the cap situation on that tester. I don't know if it comes with one or not. So if you don't want to take the risk, $50, get you the full package here with the cap. And again, most people know this already, but it's a Creed Invictus clone. And what I like so much about this is that it's a designer scent, okay? It's not one of the Middle Eastern clone brands, and trust me, there is nothing wrong with those. They make some of the best clones ever. They just do. But I understand from looking at it a different perspective, people who are maybe just starting out or a bit new, it's just kind of easier to say, yeah, it's a Mont Blanc. You know, you could smell this in store, you can buy it in store, all of that stuff. And so I think this one's probably a bit easier to get into, and it's not quite as confusing. When you start getting into all the Armafs and stuff with the same bottle and similar name, but all these different versions, we just keep it simple with Mont Blanc Explorer. It's a great Creed Invictus clone. It smells very close, just without spending hundreds of dollars. It's very reasonably priced, like I already told you. A decent performer. It's not the best performing Creed Invictus clone, but it definitely gets the job done, and no reason why it wouldn't get you through the vast majority of your day. It might not just kick into the late hours like some of these other insanely strong ones. All right, let's go for something like Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I love this stuff. I really do. I love the eau de parfum. I love the smell in general. My favorite is going to be the Parfum. It's kind of one of those things where when you're already there, you're already made up your mind that you're going to buy it, which means you're buying it at full retail. You're tossing in a little bit more at that point to upgrade, or not upgrade is personal preference, but to go from the eau de parfum to the Parfum, it's not going to be a massive difference if you're already going to buy it at full retail. So for me, that extra amount of money to get the Parfum over the original EDT or the EDP was well worth it. Obviously, I have all of them, so, you know, easier said than done, but I still like this one the best. And to me, the reason why is mainly because of the added complexity that this has. It is still Bleu de Chanel. It is still a masculine, gentleman-smelling blue fragrance, but there's actually just a little bit more going on behind the scenes, a little bit more of a richness. It makes it a bit more interesting to me. And it's not to say that I never reach for or go for the eau de parfum anymore, because I do. It's just I find myself mostly reaching for the Parfum if I had to choose one. And it's pretty popular, of course. All the Bleu de Chanels are, but you know, given that this is the newest or the latest, well, I think they have another new one coming, but as of what you can get, it's you know, the latest one and kind of the most expensive. It never got as popular as the eau de parfum or the eau de toilette did, at least in my opinion, but I definitely think it's worth getting. Let's go for YSL Myself. This is the Le Parfum. Yeah, and I understand they have a new exclusive or Myself Elixir, I believe. I need to pick that one up too. Haven't gotten it yet. From what it looks like, it's going to be good. I don't really foresee them releasing any that smell bad. What I like about this is that it's, one, it's stronger than the eau de parfum. Two, it's a little bit more refined than the eau de parfum. They're both pretty floral, so they both use the white florals. I believe the new one does as well. But this one, it kind of takes that even to the next level. I like it better. The original Eau de Parfum, the first one, was never one that I ever thought about wearing really. But this Le Parfum version is one that does cross my mind, and I go, you know what? I kind of want to smell that today. And I don't know what it is, but they did something right here, and that's kind of why it's my current go-to choice between those two. And I'll try the new one, and there's going to be more after that as well. But I do enjoy this one. It's always been a little bit more expensive on discounters. It's just, I don't know why the price hasn't come down more yet. But, you know, you could still save money off of full retail by shopping through discounters. So like I said, this and everything else will be linked down below. Starting to get to the end, we have Ideal Parfum by Guerlain. You guys know I love the Extreme. I love the Eau de Parfum. Pretty much the whole lineup is top tier, especially for the price. Most of them are $100 or less. The Parfum is right around $100 because it's the newest. But at this point, you can get the Extreme 100 ml for $75 is what I'm seeing right now at pretty much the lowest price. The Eau de Parfum is going to be somewhere around in there. The Eau de Toilette you can get for into the 50s. And then there's a few that are discontinued in this and that. But basically, the entire lineup is affordable, and to me, they over-deliver. They give you so much quality and uniqueness and even performance for a price that, honestly, on discounters could be higher, but yet it's not, and I'm glad it's not. Of course, retail price more so reflects these. I think this one retails for like $170 or $175. That's up there. And it definitely smells like a $175 scent to me, although I wouldn't want to pay it when you can get it for $100 or so. Pretty popular stuff. It's quickly, well, I've had it for a while, but it is becoming one of my new favorites in the lineup, and it might boot out the Extreme for first place. All right, we'll finish this one off with 1 Million Lucky. Very unique plum and hazelnut scent with some woods and stuff as well. You don't really get that all that often. You don't get plum very often. It's used in a couple scents. You don't get hazelnut really all that often either, and you sure don't get them combined all that much. And so I've always found this one to be a little bit more unique. It's sweet, it's woody, it's kind of earthy and also gourmand at the same time. Just a different blend, a different experience altogether, and I gotta give them credit. You know, this was released kind of somewhere around the time 1 Million Privé was, and it did come after, but during that time period, they were putting out some really, really impressive scents. And I don't know, the 1 Millions these days, they don't really smell like they used to. I think they've kind of gone off the path a little bit, but you know, 1 Million Privé, this, back when they were doing things really, really cool. Even 1 Million Cologne, just a nice fresh version that was pretty simple, but just really good. I wish they would bring some of that stuff back. You could still get this stuff, at least as far as I'm aware. Sometimes on discounters it's sold out, but I do see it at retail and it does pop back up. There's been rumors of discontinuation of this one for years now. I just don't really know what the deal is. You can never get a straight answer when you approach the brands and ask them really, so I don't know, but definitely something I would look into grabbing if you can find it for a good deal. At some point, it probably will be discontinued if not already. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me. Some fantastic popular fragrances you should buy just because they're really good, and I think you will like them. I will link everything down below, and if you wanna be the first to know about rare fragrances and great deals popping up, sign up to my mailing list. It's 100% free, and of course, you can unsubscribe at any time and then resubscribe again later if it's just, you know, being too much of a bad influence on you, because we do find a lot of really cool stuff that you just can't get anywhere else. Oftentimes it sells quick, but every now and then, if you're lucky, it'll hang around long enough for most people to get a chance at buying it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.